what's going on, guys? This is Joe Young. I am back from vacation. So I was out for about 4 days, and a lot of the fish tanks I did not set up any like automatic feeder. I normally do, but I wanted to do something different and see what would happen, or I guess really not feed them as much to see if they would actually make it through, because you know a lot of these fish when they do go through shipping, they get fast, and they don't eat for a couple of days, and they're normally fine. Plus there's a lot of live plants in these tanks anyways. They can graze on that if they were hungry, and plus I also fed them right before I left. So for this week I kind of just want to give an update on how the fish are doing since the vacation, and also updates on a few of these tanks. So when I came home, everything seemed to be working well. The one thing I was concerned about was water evaporation. So what I did for most of these tanks was I filled the tanks up as high as possible. Like this tank was probably up to here somewhere, and as you can see, it only evaporated this much in like 4 or 5 days, and that's really pretty awesome, because normally the tank sits like down here somewhere. But I actually did, an extra fill. I did that for all the tanks, especially the ones with the sumps, because the water in the sump area dries out, and the pump can go dry and whatnot. And that's the one thing I was concerned about. So everything has a auto top off except for one of the tanks that has a sump, and I filled that one extra high, and that one seemed to be just fine. So all the fish, as far as I know, did really well, did okay. Everyone survived except for one tank. So that one tank was my quarantine tank outside, so thank God it was not one of my display tanks. But still, I was kind of devastated because that quarantine tank was my saltwater. So when I came home, there was 2 dead fish in there. It was 2 of the bicolor angels that died in there, and I was like, okay, that's kind of weird, like maybe they killed each other because they were hungry. It just didn't make any sense. And then as I looked a little bit closer, it looked like they got ick. Like one of them either developed ick while I was gone during a vacation, and it spread to the other guys, and it was basically a very severe ick, which wiped out that whole tank. So when I got home, there's probably like 3 fish that was alive that had severe ick. I tried to do a treatment, and obviously it was like too late. They died the next day pretty much after the treatment. Unfortunately, the ick occurred during vacation, so I couldn't treat it early. I think I could have probably saved them if I noticed the signs probably early, but again, that was like a 4-day vacation, and they probably had super severe ick throughout those 4 days, and may they rest in peace. So right now we're just looking at the Celestial Pearl Danio tank. As you can see, they're actually really active now. They're thinking that they're getting fed. We do have a few of the swordtails in here. These are I guess, the ones that got hurt on the other tank, and some of them just looks like they're just birth defects where they're not fully developed. So I'll let these guys grow out, and if they don't really grow back their fin, I'll probably just sell them or give them away, because they're basically just gonna call them. I don't want to rebreed them with some sort of I guess imperfection or defects. That's just not responsible if you are a breeder. But as you can see, there is a few black hair algae in this tank. I'm hoping that the SAEs here would take care of it, but it looks like they're grazing very slowly, and I've actually noticed a lot of the black beard algae on this side has decreased, but they are still working on this up here. The smaller ones, I've noticed they tend to take a little bit longer to eat the black beard algae. The larger ones, they normally kill like that instantly. But they're pretty active right now. I'm going to see if I can feed them real quick so that you guys can see some Celestial Pearl Danio action. Alright, let's see if these guys will come out for you guys here to eat. They will probably come out. Of course, the swordtails will always come out to eat. They are not shy at all. And as you can see here, there is a few of these guys that are pretty big, really well developed Celestial Pearl Danios. I'm hoping that we can get some breeding action in that little moss area to the left there. That would be actually really cool. But we'll give them probably a couple more months to see if some of these would develop a little bit bigger, and hopefully that some breeding can occur. Alright, so I haven't really shown you guys this tank in a very long time, just because I kind of let it do its thing and was really experimenting on the plants to see how some of these plants would do without actually fully missing daily. So in the beginning of the build of this project, I did miss and cover all of these plants for it to transition across from submerged to immersed, and it was pretty much a daily misting to make sure that they were always moist or wet. But now what I've done in the past probably year or so was not mist at all. So as you can see here, the plants are doing awesome for no misting. Like, I have not missed this tank at all. Not even a day, not even a week, not even a month, nothing. So it's getting all of the water and the nutrients from the roots in the water coming down, and that's it. There's nothing else that's involved around here. So I've been experimenting with different types of plants here to see what does well, and as you can see, it's blowing up like crazy. And these are the original Eco Ball that I've actually used in this tank. I have not switched out any of the Eco Balls. The only one I would say is probably this one, because I pulled this one from a different set, and I just literally dropped it in there because of the crypts that was growing on here. I removed a lot of them, but I think there's like one. Yeah, there's one back here, as you can see back here. That's still growing there. I removed them because I wanted to try to grow some of those submerged to see how they would look submerged, because a lot of the immersed form look really sweet, and I wanted to see what that would look like submerged. For any of you guys who wants to try a setup like this and don't really have the time to do misting or doing whatever, once you convert these plants into immersed form, and they will take off just like this, and you don't have to miss at all. So it's really super low maintenance. Like, I really enjoy this tank because I don't have to do anything other than water changes maybe every other week, which is really sweet. Alright guys, and that is a really quick update for the week. I still have to catch up with a bunch of water changes on these tanks here. For future plans, I still have one more tank that I need to rescape. I'll probably need a couple of days off to actually do that, so I don't know when that's going to occur. Maybe hopefully next week. But if you guys are interested in where I went over vacation, I did make a little short video on it. I'll link it below in the descriptions if you guys are interested, or maybe on a link up here. It has nothing to do with aquariums or fish related. It's just, you know, a little trip montage that I did. So if you guys are interested in that video, you guys can definitely watch that. It's on a separate channel. And if you guys aren't subscribed yet, make sure you subscribe to the channel. There is always great content and new things every week. And like always, until next time guys, peace.
We live life the hard way, but not today. Just stay.